just 2 points, 1 position between first and second.
Let's check out the starting lineup for tonight's race. Jason Keller on pole. Started on pole here last August. Started second in March. He needs a win tonight. Kevin Harvick's won 3 of the last 7 Bristol Busch Series races. He's outside of row number 1.
On the outside of row 3, Bobby Hamilton Jr., one of the quickest cars in happy hour yesterday evening.
Top 2 in the championship, Scott Riggs and David Green alongside each other in row number 4. Ted Musgrave driving the car that Jimmy Spencer was scheduled to drive tonight here at Bristol. Remember, Spencer suspended for a week by NASCAR after the altercation with Kurt Busch last Sunday at Michigan.
There's Martin Truex Jr. back to the inside of row 7. That's the Chance 2 car. And right behind him, Matt Kenseth inside of row 8.
Winston Cup Championship leader, moonlighting on Friday night. Greg Biffle runs very well here at Bristol. He's back in one of Joe Nemechek's cars tonight in row number 10. Mark Green making a return to the series tonight, his second start of the season in row 12.
Mike Wallace, Ashton Lewis make up row 13, and last week's pole sitter Casey Keene, 27th best here at Bristol.
Brad Baker's dad Gary used to be one of the owners of this racetrack. He's here tonight in row 15. Steve Grissom, former winner here at Bristol, former Busch Series champion, going to come from deep in the field. And the final starter, Jimmy Kitchens, in Stanton Barrett's 91 car tonight. There are the 43 who will take the green flag here shortly. Kevin Harvick catching in front of Jason Keller for the lead.
Unbelievable that he could run 1 lap on the outside of Keller and take the lead. What a move by Harvick.
Jamie McMurray in the 1. Martin Truex Jr. the Chance 2 car, the 81, trying to slip underneath Ron Hornaday.
Because that's what could have happened to Harvick if he didn't get in front of that pack. Because if you're hung out on the outside here, especially at the beginning of the race, you can get passed by a lot of cars if you can't get down to the bottom of the racetrack.
That's 13th position that Hornaday just gave up to Kenseth. Now he slips in line in front of Kevin Grubb in the 26 at 14th place. Now the race for second, Michael Waltrip in the 99, putting a little pressure on Keller.
And Harvick, just in a lap 5, has pulled out to about a 10-car length advantage.
On board, Jason Keller. Now, here's the part that gets really, really frustrating for the drivers. If you feel you're a little bit faster than the guy in front of you, a little bit faster is not enough. You see that leader sailing away, but you're not fast enough to pass that guy in front of you. You can just watch him hold you up.
Well, normally you'll follow for a little while, then you'll kind of put the bumper to him just a little bit.
It's the race for second place.
And it won't be a big concern for these guys because they can see the leader. Where it really gets to be tough, 40, 50 laps into a run, they look up and the leader's right behind them and they realize they've got to go. Then you've got to stop being a gentleman and go on.
Here comes second place, Michael Waltrip through Jason Keller. Now Keller's got problems. Matty?
And he was trying to protect the bottom, Al. Steve Maddox just told him, whatever you do, do not give up the bottom. That's where he worked well during the bottom. Practice said you're trying to hook that apron to get that car to turn. The car's not to his liking, trying to get back to the bottom, which he's done right in front of the 33 car.
That was awfully sporty of Tony Raines to give Jason Keller some room to get in line there because they were coming up behind a lap car that was going to pin Keller into some big trouble.
Yeah, he was going to lose a lot of positions right there.
Jamie Mosley in the black car was Jamie Mosley.
Oh, Wimmer. Scott Wimmer in the 23.
There's Jamie Mosley as he goes by him. Wow, what a shot. That camera's not long for this world.
I was going to say that. Enjoy this while you can.
Yeah, we will see that all night.
This is the race for 15th. And again, here we go. A guy who appears to be faster than the car in front of him. But just being faster than him isn't enough.
You're just waiting for that guy to make a mistake. You're hoping he'll make a mistake. You run as close as you can, so if he does slip up the racetrack, you can turn down and get at least a little bit you know, alongside of them, so it's your corner. But eventually, you'll do that for, you know, it depends on how many laps you'll do it. Early in the race, you'll be a little bit more patient. But then you'll start seeing these guys just lay the bumper on the guy in front of them, just to slide him up the track just a little bit.
So if Scott lays the bumper too heavy, our Stacker 2 camera is going to go away.
Yes.
But it is a great looking shot.
See, he's right on the tail, Bobby Hamilton Jr. If Bobby just slips a little bit, he knows he's got the spot.
No, finally Grubb goes up the racetrack, and around goes Wimmer.
So that'll put Scott into 15th, Kevin Grubb back to 16th, and Shane Meal right behind them in the 17th spot. And Greg Biffle now sliding through there to pick up a spot on Shane Meal. Scott Riggs, your championship leader, working on Ron Hornaday for 13th. Marty,
we got trouble.
back straightaway. Mike Bliss caught the inside wall. Caution's out. And I'm amazed it took 16 laps to happen.
So am I. But this is definitely a racetrack where cautions breed cautions as you get these cars jammed back up together again.
Mike Bliss has not had much luck so far this summer part of the NASCAR Busch Series season, and this is just a case of wrong place, wrong time here.
That's right. Tim Feedle in the 12 car gets in the back of Shane Meal. The 20 car Bliss backed up, gets bumped from behind by Johnny Sauter.
110,000 or so on hand here tonight at Bristol to see the NASCAR Busch Series in the 24th race of the season. Coming to the green flag, Kevin Harvick leads. David Green is going to restart in 28th position. And Casey Mears is going to come to pit road as the green comes out, because he did beat the pace car to the end of pit road last time, and he kept going. He actually lost a lap on the pit lane. They're going to take it back from him right here. Got me on that? Yes. Clear? Good. Clear.
Tony Raines in the yellow 33 car. Goes by the lap car. Tony is currently running in the 6th position.
There he is right behind Jason Keller. Tony finished 2nd here in the race back in March. Had a good qualifying run in his Winston Cup car too. Raines going to start in 12th position for tomorrow night's Sharpie 500. Jason Keller 3rd in the championship. That's one of the dangers these guys in the championship face when they're running with guys who aren't in the hunt for the title. They have more to lose than the guys trying to pass them.
Stacy Compton has taken his car behind the wall, hasn't he, Dave?
Yeah, it was too bent up to fix, Benny. Let's ask him. Stacy, what happened?
Well, it looked like somebody got checked up and nobody knows how to stop. I mean, everybody's checking up, trying to get slowed up. We got run over from behind, turned around. Bad deal. I mean, I hate it. I think we had a good race car. We never know tonight, though.
They thought they might be able to fix the toe and send it back out. Then a crew member went underneath the rear end and he said, it's all twisted.
So now he's mad at Joy Clanton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll work all for a little while behind the wall and see if they can get him out to make up some points. Kevin Harvick's not mad at anybody right now.
No. He's loving life.
Led all 41 laps that have been completed so far, now 42. But he's going to close in on the back of the field here in a big hurry.
Yeah, he's already there.
Lap on Jamie Mosley. 61 car, Steve Grissom, who went behind the wall as the race took the green. You know, I talked about Kevin Harvick winning 3 of 7 races here. We talked with him earlier this weekend about his first time here and how special this place has become to him.
You know, I grew up racing on a half-mile high-banked racetrack. Obviously, there's nothing in the country that can really prepare you for Bristol, but it's kind of the same technique. It helps to have all your stuff in your cars and shocks and springs right, and all the guys at RCR have had a lot of success here at Bristol for a long time. So to come in and have all that at your available to myself and our teams makes it a lot easier.
And he's right there. Nothing that prepares you for this place.
And Michael Waltrip just closes right in the back of Harvick. Oh!
That is Jay Sauter.
Oh, man.
Charlie Henderson's car from out of the local area. Look at this. Look at people trying to get their laps back. Coy Gibbs just not able to. Jay Sauter lives in the Charlotte area. That team is based up here in the Bristol area. He drives a couple days a week up here to help work on this race car so he can go racing. But it's not going to work out for him tonight.
Okay, bring it around. You're losing water. Watch.
Everybody checked up? Looks like he checked up.
I think he just jammed on the brakes to run in the back of the other cars, and the brakes locked, and he spun out.
And that inside wall comes up quick.
Inside, the front stretch, back stretch, doesn't matter. That inside wall, they're going to go.
He looked like he was turning it, and as he turned, he jumped on the brakes. Spun it out.
So Jay Sauter was running 8th. Now he's torn up against the inside wall of Bristol Motor Speedway. Green, green, green.
All right.
Kevin Harvick is the race leader. Michael Waltrip is 2nd. Brian Vickers 3rd. Matt Kenseth 4th. Ted Musgrave 5th. The guys that pitted under that caution.
Man, I don't understand why these lap cars are getting up there. They're half a lap back after the first lap.
Because they can. There's a smoker off the corner.
That's Stacy Compton. Yeah, back out after the repairs earlier. Guys that pitted under the caution this past time. Bobby Hamilton Jr., Martin Truex, Tim Fedor, David Green, fuel only. Ron Hornaday, Ashton Lewis, Jay Sauter, Jason Keller, and Mark Green. And we expect most of those guys are figuring on going right to the checkered flag from there.
Unless they have some kind of problem, they will not see pit road again. Taking that track position.
But because they're in the back of the pack, if somebody up ahead of them bumps somebody else, they could be in the middle of a big mess. Hey, here we go. Here's our Stacker 2 camera.
It lives.
Hard to believe.
So far. Wimmer's running 7th right now for Bill Davis, working on Jamie McMurray there for 6th. And obviously a little bit faster.
Oh, he's taking a look, and McMurray wisely backs up, but then takes the position.
Oh, Truex was out of shape there.
Hold on, you're good, buddy.
So Scott Wimmer to 6th, Jamie McMurray back to 7th. And it is Kevin Grubb right behind them. How about the 1 car, Dave?
Jamie's car's just been a little bit loose, guys. That's why he hasn't been able to move up and just lost that spot to Scott Wimmer.
Okay. Wimmer started 17th, up to 6th. And McMurray started 12th, and he is running 7th. Jamie McMurray here at Bristol, running in his 6th NASCAR Busch Series race. A year ago, Jimmy Spencer won the race, driving for this team. James Finch's 1 car.
These guys have been trying to crash.
Just trying to find a place to do it. Booney Hill onboard camera with Jeff Fuller.
Wally said ooh about Martin Truex. We got it.
We got it. When we say ooh, we'll have it. See him right there. They got a little tag there.
Run up on the back of the Jay Summers car, the 0, and
Coy Gibbs in the 18 car got in the left rear and got him loose.
81 is back to 25th position now.
This was the battle for the 12th position between Fuller and Casey King.
Yep. Jeff Fuller, the 96 winner of this race here at Bristol. Remember that night?
Oh, yes, I do.
He was a rookie in the NASCAR Busch Series, won the pole, went out and won the race. Jeff, one of those guys that's, with the lack of cars in the Busch Series in terms of sponsorships and things like that, and the movement to youth, has been struggling to find a regular ride here lately. He's 46 years old, former NASCAR modified champion out of Auburn, Massachusetts. Successful for many years on the NASCAR Busch Series, but right now having trouble finding a ride that he can run every week. Matt Yoakum says he has something he needs to tell us.
Well, tell us, Matt.
Well, Benny, Brian Vickers running his third car's tight. He wanted to pit. They're staying out for the reason that's simple. Rain is a concern down in the Hendrick pit. They actually have a computer wireless internet capability. They've dialed up the satellite for the surrounding area. You can see there aren't showers in the surrounding area. They're going to try to wait it out and see how long they can wait out, even though they are in their window to pit for fuel and then go the distance.
We forgot about the rain, didn't we?
We did. We had rain here this afternoon during qualifying, so I thought surely that the rain would be over.
Thought that was a clear enough shower?
Yeah, I did.
Brian in a tight fight for second, third, and fourth as Michael Waltrip in second is picking his way through traffic. Brian there with Matt Kenseth right behind him. And the Ted Musgrave in that 6 car joining in the fun. The 39 car being admonished by race control for not staying on the bottom where the slower cars are supposed to be.
39 car, Jamie Mosley. Mark Green in the 96 car being overtaken and passed by the 5, the 17.
Mark running back in 26th place. He's now the first car 1 lap down. So I started to say when the last crash happened about Matt Kenseth and how we discussed among us last week in Michigan why a guy with a Winston Cup championship on the line would be running in these companion Busch Series races. Here's what he told us yesterday.
I think if something's going to happen, it's going to happen. I think when it's your day, it's your day. I just think I don't believe in really doing anything different. I think we need to do the things we've always done to get to the point where we're at today. And that Busch team has been a huge part of my career and getting me to where I'm at right now. And it's something I enjoy doing. I don't think it hurts anything we're doing. It probably helps a little bit.
I asked him that same question today, and he said, well, I just also wanted to run the race, and why not? Okay.
Well, don't forget, a lot of this stuff was in place last year. So, hey, Matt, you're going to run 10 or 15 races, and all sounds good.
Here's
you
one
know he
you're
was
going to
win.
run.
Yeah, you know he's going to be leading the Winston Cup championship at this point.
Matt Kenseth going to start in 10th position for tomorrow night's Sharpie 500 as he continues his pursuit of the NASCAR Winston Cup title. Tonight he's running 4th behind Kevin Harvick, who's led all 92 laps of this one so far. Harvick out in front of Michael Waltrip by 1.2 seconds, and we're closing in on halfway here at Bristol. Trouble, Jeff Fuller. Caution. And the leader sneaks through.
All right, good.
So Fuller's now a lap down.
Good what?
I was just saying, good. Got the eyeball cam again.
Oh, okay, so the replays will be exciting?
Yeah.
Cool. Jeff Fuller with his second spin of the night. And is running now in 26th place after the spin. He lost a lap there trying to get fired up and going.
Okay, let's see who he... Oh!
Ashton Lewis.
On the straightaway. Some contact. Just barely rubs the wall.
He stood on it, though.
He did, didn't he?
Kept it off the wall.
Barely touched it with the right rear. Okay, brakes.
Stop.
There's the leader going
There you
through,
go.
so that's where he lost the lap.
But he didn't lose his car.
Yeah.
So now he's mad at Ashton Lewis.
Yeah, there's a lot of people mad. I told you that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to the eyeball cam.
You like this look, don't
I
you?
do.
As long as it's not on your car.
Here's come down to 4. There's the bump.
Attaboy, Fuller. All right, big pit stops here for the leaders. Harvick's in, Michael Waltrip's in, Wimmer's in, McMurray's in.
They must not have dialed up the weather because Brian Vickers, the 5 car, who they did, he's still on the racetrack. Gives us back on the pit road.
He's on that backstretch pit. Remember here at Bristol now, because they have the 2 separate pit roads under caution, everybody enters the pit road off turn 2, comes all the way around and rejoins the racetrack in turn 1. Dave?
Alan, for leader Kevin Harvick, it's all about precision. Only needs a slight air pressure adjustment to keep up with the track. For Michael Waltrip, he needs air out of 3 of the 4 tires. His car has been very, very loose trying to keep up with Harvick. If they don't make this change, he will not be able to pass for the win. One side down for both guys. Harvick's guys running him off pit road, and they will make it off. Harvick leads. Still working on Waltrip. He is now gone.
Both guys' cars lost him.
Matt Kenseth is going to win that race off pit road.
Now Scott Riggs, that 10 car, has stopped.
Dave Green, one of the championship contenders, got a little roughed up there.
Tagged by Ashton Lewis there, 46.
Yep. They get away with it. Kevin Harvick restarted 11th. Remember, he led all the laps until they gave it up for the pit stops. Ted Musgrave and Scott Wimmer actually beat Harvick off pit road. Musgrave is running 9th, Wimmer's running 10th, and Matt Kenseth made his second pit stop on the caution. More on that in a moment. First, how about Kevin Harvick, Dave?
Alan, the last lug nut that was hit on the 21 car popped off. They had to place it back on, and that's what cost him time. He just radioed in, thought he had a flat tire. Crew Chief Busch told him to ride it out and see if it's nothing.
All right. Harvick being pressured big time by Michael Waltrip back in that pack.
And Michael has position. Michael's going to go by. Go by the 21 car.
It's 11th spot there. But again, remember, the first one off pit road in that group is Ted Musgrave with a 6. Now, Matt Kenseth was the first one off the pit road on the stops.
But
He had a lug nut that was left off when he exited the pit
Boy,
lane.
Kevin is struggling.
something is really wrong with Harvick's car because he loses another spot and another spot. And should I say, another spot. Mike Wallace goes behind the 4 car.
Yeah, so that's,
Junior, take a look. He's got the spot.
that's going to be 15th place. Jason Keller going to try and take 16th from Harvick. And Kevin's just riding there looking for a caution.
Yeah, well, I think he's trying to get back down on the bottom, maybe.
He's hoping he's not the caution.
Yeah.
Davis, he's still yelling about something. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, yep.
Lug nuts off on that left front.
Here they come. Musgrave, there's Wimmer, and Kenseth's already gone.
BP, they're still telling Kevin, if you have to come in, we're ready for you. They're still waiting.
Well, we know as he comes in, he's pretty much done.
Yeah, I mean, he's
so
gonna
he's
lose.
hoping he's going to ride this thing out. Hopefully the field will come back to him.
Or there'll be a caution flag and he can go back in. Right. Change tires again.
I wonder if some of those lug nuts are loose. You know, if he's got that tire vibration thing going on. Because I'm not sure they got all 5 of those on there. I'm not either looking at that replay. Well, we'll see. For now, Harvick is still on the lead lap, but he's not going to be for long. That's the other thing here. If he doesn't get a caution quickly, he's going to get put a lap down because Brian Vickers is closing on him in a big hurry. Harvick's leaving turn 2, and Vickers is already in turn 1.
Oh, man, a lot of contact there with the 22 car.
Yep, Dana White in his Bristol debut.
On board with Casey Atwood as he tries to track down Kevin Harvick.
Navy car running in 23rd place, last car on the lead lap.
Harvick's car looks like it's okay now.
And we've reached halfway in the Food City 250 at Bristol as Brian Vickers crosses the start-finish line. And that's important because we hear the rain's about 7 miles up the road. Oh, really? That's what I was just told. Matty?
And under that caution, Alan, a lot of conversation between Lance LaRue and Brian Vickers when they thought about pitting. One of the guys held up the computer and said, looks like rain's about 5 or 7 miles away. Let's stay out. That's exactly what they've done. Now they're just hoping that the rain does hit because a lot of times here in Thunder Valley with all the mountains, the rain can bounce one way or the other and not get any precipitation here at the track.
And Matt has turned out to be a weatherman.
Yeah, no. Does he know which way that storm was moving?
No, I don't think so.
He just knew it was 5 miles away.
Yeah, right. Could have been moving north, but
Yeah.
5 miles away.
So if the next report, it's 7 miles away, we're in good shape.
That's right. It's going the opposite way of the racetrack.
I'm not saying a word. I'm just going to wait and see if it rains or not.
That's right.
Brian Vickers hoping that it does because he's played the gamble. He's not pitted yet. And if he does have to come down pit road, he's going to be behind all these other guys that have already stopped.
He's in a hurry, though, because he's got Ron Hornaday, that 2-car, coming fast.
Yep.
How about it, Marty? What's going on with the 2-car?
Well, they've taken the leash off of Ron Hornaday, pitted on lap 67. These guys can go all the way on fuel, believe it or not. They have unleashed Ron. They said, go after him. The weather's very close. He was saving the right front tire before that. Look who now is in third place. Scott Briggs, who last pitted at 49, and he too can make it all the way. Two guys spraying. Somehow the rain misses this racetrack.
So Scott Riggs in third position while David Green is back in 11th. And the other players in the championship, Jason Keller, 57 car, running 15th. Ron Hornaday, the fourth place man in points, is second at the moment. Here's Bobby Hamilton Jr. He's got some problems.
Smoke coming out of the right rear there.
That's out of the pipes.
Yep.
So that's
Not good.
not good. Sixth place man in the championship, Hamilton Jr., is slowing down and probably not likely to see the checkered flag. So Brian Vickers is out in front. Will the weather get him a victory, or is he going to have to pit and lose all that track position?
It was Jason Schuler.
Yes.
I saw it start way over there in turn 2, and he finally
lost it.
He finally lost it.
He got behind on his steering.
Yeah.
And he drove down the backstretch all the way the wrong way.
Got into Tony Raines there.
Tony Raines came down on him.
Well,
His lefts were right on that yellow line.
and he saved it, and then he didn't save it. And
Back across the racetrack, and guess what? No one hit him. Just touched the wall with the left front.
And right in front of the leaders, a lot of the guys that will be the leaders. And he was right in the middle of David Green and Ted Musgrave and so on. So caution's out. Back at Bristol Motor Speedway, half a lap from the restart. Matty?
Brian Vickers restarts in the 17th position. Where do you stand now, Lance?
Well, we got the freshest tires on the racetrack. Other than that, I guess that's what we get for using 21st century technology. It kind of bit us this time. Bit us again in Michigan, so we're 0 for 2 right now with the weather.
A little air pressure adjustment, left side of tires, trying to fix that tightness in the center, guys.
did he mean Matt?
No.
Or their weather
I think he
system.
meant their weather system. I don't
Okay.
think you wouldn't rely on Yoakum for weather forecast,
No.
would you? Not with a race at stake. Ron Hornaday now the leader here at Bristol. Scott Riggs is second. Tim Fedewa third. Ashton Lewis fourth. Martin Truex fifth. Tony Raines, he minus the right front fender, is sixth.
And Riggs
Fedewa.
can't get by Brad Teague, and Fedewa was trying his best to take over that second spot. That's Teague in the 77.
Yeah, Peter was putting a lot of pressure on Scott Riggs in that 10 car right now.
And all these guys that are up front knocking around in these top spots all pitted at lap 67, while the guys trying to come from behind to catch them include Michael Waltrip and Kevin Harvick.
Wow.
That was ooh, and we didn't even have to have the replay.
Yep.
How about it, Dave?
Alan, the 12 car Fedewa did indeed pit on lap 67. Track bar and air adjustment for him. He was a little bit tight, and they believe they can go to the end on fuel.
And Scott Riggs, the guy that Fedewa was trying to catch, Dave, remember he still has that carburetor problem, really affecting him when Fedewa was behind him, off of the corner to the flag stand, middle of the back stretch, middle of the front stretch. He said his car just will not run.
Well, Ron Hornaday is loving it because while these guys are trying to get by Brad Teague, he's pulled out to a 2.5 lead.
I talked about Kevin Harvick.
Oh.
Trouble off turn 2. Jamie McMurray.
Careful, Jamie. Good job.
Very nice. Caution's out.
Bring it on back. Bring it on back. Good job.
I agree with that. Good job. He spun off turn 2 and did not hit the inside wall or the outside wall. I'm amazed.
That's tough to do.
Yes, it is.
You're suitably impressed?
That guy's talented.
Little help from Shane Meal to get things started. And the caution is out for the 7th time tonight here at Bristol. 91 laps to go in the green flag waves. This lap, Ron Hornaday is out in front here at Bristol.
Green flag. Green flag.
That's Jeff Fuller, the yellow car on the inside trying to get a lap back. Can Vickers clear him? Riggs, I should say. Scott Riggs in the 10 car. Can't do it. Just cannot get that thing going. Here's a battle for second again. Here comes Speedway.
Got a car through. And now Ashton Lewis trying to fill that inside lane. He gets Riggs. Here comes Michael Waltrip to the inside of Riggs. Championship leader getting shuffled.
Tony Raines goes by. Here comes Kenseth. He will go by.
That's just got to be an ugly sight for Scott Riggs.
Man, Marty, what's going on with this 10 car?
He's still talking about that carburetor, Vinny, and you know when you have a carburetor problem here, it just won't get in the gas like you want it to, and they took forever to clear him down low, and we talked about that earlier too. Same thing happened with Scott Riggs. Another thing is they cannot start in first gear. They're spinning the tires when he starts in first gear, so he has to start in second gear, and other cars in front of him are starting in first.
That'll lose you a lot of spots on a restart.
We saw on the green flag that started the race today, Scott Riggs slipped the tires, spun the tires, and lost 3 or 4 spots.
Yep. So Scott shuffled from second back to 7th. His title rival, his main title rival at this point, David Green, is running in 16th. Now, this may be the fastest car on the racetrack, the 99 of Michael Waltrip. Michael pitted at lap 109 and came off pit road 4th of the cars that stopped. He passed all those guys, and now is charging up through the rest of the guys.
Tony Raines goes by. Also does Matt Kenseth.
Going by Ashton Lewis in the 46.
3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yep. Now Kevin Harvick, who led the opening 109 laps of this race, is mired back in 16th place. Dave, what happened there?
Well, Al, remember after that pit stop on lap 109, Kevin really complained about the car. But then the car started to come around, and the crew and Kevin reasoned that he had just got some junk on his tires, and the car really came around. But he just pitted under the last caution because when Jamie McMurray spun, he had to check up and flat spotted those tires.
He's working on Joey Blanton there for 15th place and takes the spot.
Kind of squeezed in a hole. It's a little skeptical whether it was there or not, but he made it. Kevin Grubb trying to do the same thing, and he made it.
So Harvick's got a long way to go in a short time to get there. Meantime, Michael Waltrip taking second from Tim Fedewa.
Boy, good save, Tony Raines, that 33 car. He was way loose. And that car is beat up.
And he doesn't have a right front fender to lean on Fedewa with.
That's a low downforce car right there.
At Michigan, we talk about how much damage it does to just go up and knock the left front fender in, the right front fender in about an inch. He doesn't even have one.
Tony involved in a scrap back lap 48. Dave?
And they fixed that damage, Alan. Tony thought maybe the toe is off just a little bit, but the last time they came down pit road, they changed 4 tires, made no chassis adjustments, and that car has been good all weekend, and they still think it's good enough to the end here.
Oh, look out.
And it might have been good.
Talk about shut the door.
Did he shut the door or ever? Fedewa just turned left in front of Kenseth.
That's racing for 4th and 5th place.
That will get the back of those cars flattened out against the outside retaining wall if you aren't careful with that.
See a little damage there to the left rear of Fedewa's car. He knows the faster car's coming. Can he close the door on Lewis? So Matt Kenseth by for 4th, and Fedewa hangs on to
We got a
5th.
car on the wall in turn 4.
Joey Blanton. And the caution flags out.
Oh, come on, Fuller.
Jeff Fuller going to get back on the lead lap with that little dice.
How about that?
Good move. That's good camera work there.
Well, that car's been trimmed up a little bit. He doesn't look happy. No.
Now he's mad at somebody.
Of course.
Not sure exactly who that would be, but
I'll bet we can try and find out.
I'll bet you we will. Let's take a look. Down into turn 3. Oh, looks like he definitely got the top.
Wow.
A pacifier hanging there. Looks like he got some help in the 1 car.
created the world's first running spike. This legacy of performance lives on today in the Vector. Reebok, outperform.
Make it.
Michael's fast to the center of the corner.
While we watch this, let's check in down at the care center, Matt.
Well, obviously frustrated. Joey Clanton, what happened?
You know, I don't know. We was just trying to make sure we kept this Pontiac, this Transpaul Pontiac up front. Trying to stay on the lead lap all night long. And, you know, we just had a tight race car trying to take care of it. We got into a scuffle right there with a 59 car just early on when everybody stacked up. But, you know, I don't know. Jamie got there, got turned right a couple laps earlier than that. The first car he come to, he took out. That was me. So I just want to let him know. I mean, there's going to be days to pay back. I mean, we're going to get him.
I think we were talking about that, weren't we?
I think we were talking about being a little angry and
Payback.
yeah.
You never forget. All that good stuff.
And a new leader, Michael Waltrip by Ron Hornaday. You saw it while we were talking to Joey. 64 to go. Michael took the lead. Waltrip, Kenseth on range for third.
Bad news for Michael Waltrip because here comes that 17, Matt.
Bad news for the 17 of Matt Kenseth. No power steering. The car is a little tighter on this set of tires. Matt said he would try to get whatever he could get, but the car is tighter and getting tighter.
Only got third.
Having to steer this car without the power assist. That is a tough, tough job. Where did Ryan Newman run for so long this year without power steering? And I was marveled he was able to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Dover, wasn't it?
Maybe at Dover.
So Matt Kenseth up to third, and he is a little bit better than a second behind Michael Waltrip.
I'm told it was Dover that Ryan Newman ran without the power steering. Now, 20 years ago, we didn't have, a little over 20 years ago, we didn't have power steering, but we had the front end set so much different than they are now.
Here's Ted Musgrave moving by Scott Riggs for 7th place, and the freight train shuffles underneath the championship leader. And now that's going to put Riggs right back into the grasp of David Green. David's not had a good night. He's been struggling back there outside the top 10, and look now who's coming up behind Riggs, the man he's racing for the championship. Now back-to-back on the racetrack.
Marty, what is happening to that 10 car?
He's getting tight, Wally, and if you want to be tight there at Bristol, it's not a fun thing. The car just won't cut in the middle, can't get back in the gas on top of all that. He's got the carburetor problem that did tell him the 37 is the next car behind you.
Other than that, everything's perfect.
Yeah. And when he gets back on the accelerator, if the carburetor doesn't respond and he gets that power and it's not able to kick that back end out with the accelerator, it's going to get tighter and tighter.
Trouble front straightaway. Johnny Sauter, his brother Tim Sauter. Oh my goodness, Ron Hornaday just squeezing through there. Man, that was close. 9th caution is out. Green flag here at Bristol with 50 laps to go. And Michael Waltrip leading Ron Hornaday and Matt Kenseth. Here's Hornaday with a charge for the lead-off, too.
Wow, look at this. Just kind of moves Michael up the hill. Here comes Kenseth trying to take that second spot away.
Does it?
Does it?
Wow. So Michael first to third in 1 lap.
Bobby Kennedy told us that the car does not like to run on those short runs. It's good on the long runs, though. Matt, what about the 17?
And he said into the caution he felt like he was running equal time to the leaders. He was just taking his time and twisting those arms.
Among the leaders. And Matt Kenseth spinning as traffic comes storming down on him.
Yeah, he got in the turn 1 there, and he leaned on the 2 car. Shoved the 2 car up the racetrack a little bit. I guess Michael got in the back of him.
I think that's what happened. I believe that the 99 did touch the 17 in the back and take him around. Sure don't see anything in the back. Rear bumper looks good. All right, here we go.
Watch him. See, it leans on the 2 car. 2 car gets a little bit loose.
Yeah.
I think Michael popped him just a little bit when he checked up.
Look at the sparks flying when he went on and off the banking. Or off and on, actually.
Another great job of driving, though, by Matt Kenseth with no power steering.
Doesn't take much here, does it?
No, you're just about crashing anyway, so it doesn't take anything. Just a little touch.
So let's see. From racing for the lead, Matt Kenseth is back to 16th place.
A lot of close calls in this little deal here.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole field behind him.
And look at Harvick.
Yeah, Harvick
right down on him.
Almost ran the back of him.
Left turn in the orange 21 there, orange and white.
Just a little hit, but that's all it takes here.
All right, here we go. Pace car off. About 20, a little over 20 laps to go.
Yep. See if Hornaday can get another big run at Michael Waltrip here.
Remember, Michael Waltrip been having trouble shifting. Looks like this time everything is okay.
Ooh, it's close. Remember, Michael bumped Hornaday out of the way to get the lead. Is Hornaday going to put a bumper to him?
If he can catch him, he might, but I don't know if he can catch him.
Hornaday remembers.
He might. I'd say he will. By the way, David Green now running a lap down in 17th place after his problems in those pit stops earlier. Ted Musgrave in the 6th, working Tony Raines in the 33 for 3rd place.
And you're right, Alan. Musgrave probably has the best car of the top 4, but I don't think he can pass these 3 cars in front of him to win the next 19 laps.
It's a familiar-looking car to you, Humwall. Tommy Baldwin Racing.
Yeah. Tony Raines is keeping that car on the bottom, so he's not leaving anything open now. Ted's going to take a look at the top, but that's a problem here. If you can keep your race car on the bottom, hard for them to pass you.
Meantime, Michael's getting away. You see the gap from Michael back to 2nd place. And this race for 3rd. Shane Meal and Brian Vickers closing in from behind on this. So making a 5-way race for the runner-up spot. Somebody's fenders will get bent in this one before the checkered flag falls.
They've already beaten the back bumper off Tony Raines' car. It's gone.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't lay the bumper to it. There is no bumper.
Musgrave's trying. Boy, he is working hard. Trying to get that run on turn 2. Ted Musgrave in the 6th, of course, filling in for Jimmy Spencer in this race. This is the car that Jimmy was supposed to drive. This is the first Busch Series race for Ted Musgrave since October 29th, 2000, down in Memphis.
I'll tell you what, Tony Raines knows he's there, too.
Yes, he does.
There's the bump.
Not enough to move him. Tony's playing some pretty heavy defense.
And Musgrave in the 6th car is just not the type of guy that's going to go up and hit Raines and knock him up the racetrack. I don't think.
So thinking back on our storylines of the night, we talked about track position and pit strategy and who would pit when. And Michael Waltrip pitted later than Ron Hornaday. But Waltrip has gotten back on in front. Oh, there's a bump.
Yeah, I think the last couple laps here, Tony's been driving the car real hard. It looks like he just gets up the track a little bit.
Championship guys, Scott Riggs running 13th, David Green 18th. There'll be a gain there for Riggs on the night, but it won't be huge. And who's mad at who? Well, where do we start?
Yeah, that list is quite long.
73 laps of caution in the 240 we've run so far. 13 yellow flags.
Vickers is putting a lot of pressure on the Shane Meal right now, that 48 car.
And Harvick is coming up behind Vickers, and all these guys are coming up on lap traffic.
Look at Harvick.
And Martin Truex joining in. Man, Ted Musgrave is just trying to find a way around Reigns. Bump, bump.
Harvick's pretty fast underneath the 5 car. Vickers got it.
Stack up.
Got it.
How about it, Dave?
Alan, I checked with crew chief Busch Hilton. He confirms the car is as good as it was when it started the race and led so much. They're just going to run out of time.
Talking about Kevin Harvick, who led the opening 109 laps of this race. So he came down pit road for a stop and had some troubles and hasn't been back to the point since. Here he comes. Oh, Reigns up and out of the groove. That'll cost him 5. 1, 2. Oh, he's going to get back in line in front of Harvick. And all this going on well behind leader Michael Waltrip, who's almost a straightaway clear of second place.
Harvick won't be as patient with the 33 car, I don't think, as Ted was.
No, I don't think you will either.
So now this is the race for 4th spot. Check that 5th place we're watching. Musgrave went through into 3rd, Shane Meal to 4th, and now Reigns trying to defend 5th.
Hang on. Man, that was a great job of driving by Tony Reigns. Tony's car a couple of times just goes in turn 3 and just all of a sudden goes up the racetrack.
Yeah, I know it. I thought maybe he was just running in a little bit harder, but doesn't appear to be running any harder than the cars he's racing right now.
Leader Michael Waltrip is in clear racetrack. This is the most hotly contested position at the front of the pack. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, although Ted Musgrave is quickly catching Ron Hornaday for 2nd.
Hey, Tony Reigns is struggling right now, 3 and 4, right in the middle of 3 and 4. He is struggling.
All right, Michael Waltrip is coming to the white flag. He's 2 seconds clear of second place. And the final lap for Waltrip here at Bristol.
And Harvick did get by those guys.
Got Mike Wallace blowing up as the leaders make their last lap around, smoking out the speedway. And for Michael Waltrip, going to lead 50 laps on the night and pick up his first win of 2003. Michael Waltrip wins the Food City 250 at Bristol. 1.5 seconds over Ron Hornaday. Look at this. Rick's crashing at the checkered flag. Here's how they finished tonight at Bristol. Michael Waltrip with his 10th Busch Series win. Check out these numbers. In 14 starts this year, his 9th top 10 and 5th top 5. They've been strong every week. Finally cracked the winner's circle.
See, 16 cars in the lead lap. Mike Wallace, with the blown engine or whatever problem he had, was able to coast around, finish the race.
David Green, first one a lap down in 17th place. Matt Kenseth, 25th, after contending for the win. And a lot of the guys involved in the bumps, bangs, spins, and angry moments tonight here at Bristol. Championship standings after the race. How about a 26-point gain for Scott Riggs tonight? He was only 2 points up on David Green, so a good night for him.